Hey, Whitney, good morning. Johnny on the spot. I am here today at the museum, at the Montgomery Museum of Fine Arts. I know this is backyard botanical art, but I am just reminding us that we do still exist, even though we're not open to the public right now. Hello to everybody. Y'all let me know in the comments if you can hear me okay. I'm away from the building, so I want to make sure that the sound and visual is good. Good morning to everybody. I'm in the far end of the garden. Thank you, Stephen. I am gonna I'm gonna grab some of this Agapanthus for our, drawing pleasure today. Don't tell Jeff. Just kidding, I have his permission. Jeff is our garden superintendent person. He takes care of the sculpture garden. And I have been given permission to swipe plants when I need them. So I'm just gonna take that little guy off right there. Oop, easier said than done. I didn't bring my clippers, y'all. Good morning, Brandy. Thank you for saying I look and sound great, Whitney. Is the struggle me still pretty and good? Of course I didn't bring scissors or clippers. Aaron, hi. Aaron, I need you here to come clip this Agapanthus for me. Thank you for loving my sunglasses. Here, I'm gonna put y'all right here. Sit on the ground really fast. Oh look, it's a beautiful Agapanthus in sky. But hopefully I can break off so we can have it to draw. Any second now. There's always got to be something, y'all. Is everybody having a good morning? Are you, got it, drinking your coffee, drinking your tea, the usual check-ins? I got it, yay. All right. I'm not going to spend too much time out in this part of the sculpture garden. Like I said, I just wanted to be here, remind everybody, yes, the museum still exists. We love you and we miss you. Hi, Mary Lil. Hey, Gretchen. Here's our beautiful nymph. She misses you too. She's so excited you're here for botanical art. We are hopeful to reopen sometime next month. Of course, we are still closed to the public because we are following health guidelines. I did have my mask on when I entered the building, and when I came out into the sculpture garden, I took it off so that I could talk to y'all. And I'm also the only one out here in this gorgeous, fresh, open air sculpture garden. Just wanted to show you some things that have been going on since we've been closed. Right before quarantine happened, Patrick Doherty was here, and he, with a huge team of wonderful volunteers, created these super awesome natural installation sculpture, okay? We love it. It's called Rough and Tumble. And what we love about Patrick Doherty's stuff is that it is meant to be enjoyed. You are allowed to walk in. Oh, it's so beautiful, y'all. There's even a seat if you want to dare sit down on the Rough and Tumble. And I just love this idea of being in nature and then also still looking out into nature. So natural, so beautiful. And they're so quirky with their little tip up. I love it. You'll notice while we're walking, there are signs like this everywhere. This one says you're a work of art. You are invited to snap a picture of the Doherty. But there are also kind of safety instruction signs for when we do reopen. Hey Alice, good morning. I'm happy y'all are here too. I hope David and Henry and Anna and David's parents are all joining us. So yeah, when we do reopen, things like this, the little reminders. Thank you for practicing social distancing. All right, and we're coming up on Another installation that was supposed to open right before we went into quarantine. This gorgeous thing, this is aluminum, and it is by Alabama artist Jamie Grimes. Y'all, you have to see this in person. So hopefully, we're hoping to be reopened, like I said, sometime next month. But obviously, we will keep you updated with any changes, any big announcements. Always check our website for information, nmfa.org. If you follow us on Instagram, obviously you're here with me, and Facebook. We keep all of our information up to date. Steven, that wonderful human being, keeps all of our information up to date. All right. I hope y'all can still hear me. I know I've traveled a little bit, so maybe let me know in the comments if I have lost you. Hopefully I haven't. There's the Jamie Grimes from a distance in the reflection pool. I love it. All right. So I am headed over here. Here's another sign for us. For your safety is our priority. All right. When you do get to come back to us, we miss you. We want you to come back. We have some new cool outdoor seating, y'all. Maybe I'm not supposed to be revealing this. Sorry, Aaron Gainey, if I'm stealing your thunder to the Botanical group. But it's so inviting, and it's so comfortable. And this is where we are drawing today. Also, it's a little shady, and so I thought that would be nicer since I'm already sweating just walking out here for like 2 seconds. All right. So I'm going to set this up, and we'll get going with Botanical. Like I've said, if you were here in the beginning, you saw my struggle with getting the Agapanthus. This gorgeous, flowering, long, tall plant. This is Agapanthus. I'm so happy y'all are here. I'm going to switch to my regular glasses. These are prescription sunglasses. Again, Brandy McDermott, thank you for the compliment, and I do love them also. But I don't know if anybody else who has prescription sunglasses, however they tint the lenses, I can't see screens very well. So like when I get gas or when I'm trying to, look at my phone or whatever, it kind of blurs it out. So I'm going to put on my regular glasses so I can actually see what y'all are saying to me. Hello. All right. Hi, everybody who is here. If you don't, if this is your first time, if we haven't met, my name is Laura, and I work at the museum. I am our resident flower freak, although Aaron Gainey does give me some run for my money. He likes them too. I am not representing the museum with my coffee mug today. I am representing traveling with coffee. This is my favorite coffee mug. I love this so much. This went with me when I went to the flower farm a gazillion years ago and made it through the summer. And it's a little beat up still, but I love that because it reminds me of that happy time. Will somebody please tell me what time it is? I had intended to start a timer when I was up getting the Agapanthus, and I got so excited about talking to y'all I forgot. And I want to make sure that I don't run out of time. This happened once before, and I'm not going to do it today. I'm going to do it right. So someone please let me know how much or what time it is. 9:39. Excellent. Thank you, Brandy McDermott. All right. So I'll change this slightly. Is everybody having a good morning? Show me with your emojis. What are you drinking? Are you drinking coffee? Are you drinking tea, water, juice? Let me know what's up. I'm setting my timer as we speak. I'm going to be working with color pencils today. Drawing this Agapanthus. I will begin with a light, a softer lead pencil. So it'll make a darker mark. I think I'm going to use a 3B today. Let me find it while I'm talking to you. Well, no, I think I'm going to use a 4B because I have a 2B and I don't have my 3B. Isn't it funny how you find things that are like your favorite And then when you don't have them, it feels weird. All right. So, getting my time set still. I can do this. I got it. We are there. Start. Okay. Let me catch up on my comments. Orange juice, fabulous. Tea. Okay, Brandy McDermott, you had a workout and now you're having some coffee. I just consider my workout walking from back there to down here because I'm sweating like I was working out. So we're just gonna say I was. I'm gonna get the Agapanthus. Let's see, taped up where we can all see it. And we're gonna have some fun drawing. Is anybody gonna draw along with me today? Or paint? Just because I'm doing color pencils doesn't mean that you have to do color pencils. If you wanna paint, that's fine. I welcome all medium. Coffee, Whitney, of course you are. I believe you. Gretchen, you got your color pencils ready? All right, get this baby up here, best I can. A little bit more tape just to be safe. Oh, yep, that didn't work. She fell right off. All right, and everybody can still hear me well? All right. I only ask because I'm sitting somewhat close to our HVAC system. So if that sound is bothering you at all, or now that the fountain or the jets are on, the jets in the reflection pool, I want to make sure y'all can hear me. Okay, here we go. These are so pretty. So today's focus is drawing with proper perspective, which is a really fancy way for saying what I say to you every single week that we do this, which is draw what you see, not what you know is there. And that just means that our brain tends to take over and we have to learn how to shut it off. And just because you know that that flower looks a certain way in its entirety doesn't mean that it's what you're actually seeing from the view you were looking at it from. Your perspective changes depending on where you're standing, whatever your angle is, right? All right, that should hold. I'll do one more tape to be safe, because as we know with how this goes, it'll probably fall down in the middle of me drawing it. All right. I'm hoping for that. Okay, here we go. Gretchen said she bought a set of Prismacolors just for this. Gretchen, send me a picture. I want to see them. You know I love Prismacolors. They're my favorite. I would love to have, I don't have like the giant set, but I always like eye it. I'm like, oh, you're so pretty. I love all your colors. All right, cleaning my glasses, because you know, that helps too. And let's get you over here. Y'all let me know, make sure we can see this okay. Get down just a little bit. How is that? Where you can see the flower, and hopefully you'll be able to see what I'm drawing right here. I think that should be good. Ooh, Gretchen, you got a 36-piece set. That's awesome. Love it. Hello to anybody who I haven't said hello to. I'm sorry if I missed you. I've been a little busy talking about the sculpture garden and just kind of reminding everybody we are still here, we still love you, and we miss you. And when we do reopen, y'all will be the first to know. All right, so I'm gonna, good morning, Becca Deem. Hello, how are you? All right, like I said, I'm gonna be using a 4B today to draw, and that's just because I want you to be able to see it well at home. Typically, if I am drawing not for an audience or a class, I draw with a very hard lead pencil, so like a 2H, and that helps me keep a really soft line or light looking line, and I draw dark so that y'all can see it for this. What we're gonna do is I like to start with the center of a flower. So I'll try to do one that I think you can see too. This little guy down here, can y'all see him? Kind of. He's so cute. He's gonna say hi to you. Hello. Hello, good morning. Oh, there he is. So these Agapanthus, they're on this long, thick, rounded stem. And, oh, Brandy says you're too close. Brandy, you're so helpful to me always. Thank you. Let me back you up. Let me know how that is. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 petals. But the thing, so again, to keep in mind with proper perspective is I'm not looking at this guy straight on. I am looking at him from the side. And so I'm going to be drawing, my comments went away. I don't want to lose you. Where'd you go? There you are. Fabulous. Is that better, everybody? Okay, let's find out. I like to start with the middle of the flower, or in this case, I like to start with the petals coming out from the center. And so this guy who is coming down, let's see. This first petal here, I'm seeing it like that. And then it's going back, going back. Can y'all see that okay? Do you want to get a little closer? Brandy, let me know. How's that? Every time I zoom in, I lose my comment, so I have to go back. Here we go. Y'all let me know. I'm gonna start drawing, say good or bad, and I'll look back in a second. All right. So this idea is a petal that's going up, and I'm not seeing it from the front. I'm seeing it more from the top. And then this back here is kind of like the trumpet of the flower. And I made it a little bit too wide, so I'm thinning it up. That is the great thing about pencils. You can erase if you need to and fix. All right, so that one is flipping out towards us and then going backwards. And that one there. Can you see that okay? All right, I think everybody can see well. Yay, very good. All right, I'm just kind of moving around the petals. I'm just using basic lines, just curved lines, some are straight. And I'm just making sure that I draw what I see, not what I know is there. And I will definitely be doing some erasing. So do not ever beat yourself up if you're like, ugh, I had to erase a lot. That is okay, because trust me, all artists erase or adjust. When I paint, I adjust with paint. I don't necessarily erase, but I have to go back and, paint over, make edges a little thinner or round something out a little more. All right. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm missing one. It is right over here. And it's kind of coming off this trumpet back here a little bit also. And then it goes up. And it comes down. And I don't really see, actually, nope, I don't see that much of it. It comes back like that. It overlaps. I love these flowers because they are all on the same little poof, but they all look a little different. And I also love how delicate the petals are. And I think I say that every single time about the petals of flowers. All right, so what we are missing, is anybody drawing along with what I'm actually drawing, or are y'all just watching now and you're gonna draw later? Gretchen, you have your pencils, but are you drawing right now, or are you drawing something at your home? Show me what you're working on. Tell me what you're working on. All right, I'm going to do the stamen now, the anther and the filament. Those are the little parts on the inside where the pollen is, right? Where all the flower reproductive magic happens. Ooh, Gretchen, you're drawing a zinnia. All right. Aaron's going to draw later. Whitney Gagnon, you were going to attempt to draw what I'm drawing. How's it going so far? Give me an update. I will also tell y'all that what makes these pop is the color. So when we get to add color, it'll come alive. Just trust me. All right. So for the filament and the stamen, what I'm going to do, or the anther, we're just going to do quick little lines. 1, 2, 3. They don't want to be the same length. That'll seem too uniform, and they are not going to be the same length on a flower. They stick out at different places. So again, remember, part of what we want to do with drawing accurately, with drawing what you see, is count the petals, count the leaves or whatever part you're drawing, and get accuracy in your drawing. And then we're just going to do kind of like little wonky ovals. Sounds about right. I'll do one more right there. Okay. So I've got one flower done, and I'm going to move on. Add a little stem going back here like this. Got a little wide, but I can adjust that with the color pencils and then erase when I want to. Going back there. I'm going to go ahead and get a feel for where my stem is. That also got a little wonky. Let's fix it, y'all. There we go. That's better. These do have a pretty thick stem. It has to be really sturdy, right, to hold up this big puff ball of all these flowers. It's very heavy on top. All right, so let's keep working. I'm going to bring you up just a little bit. Make sure we can see the top. Okay. Hello, if you've just joined us. Happy to have you here. We are drawing some Agapanthus today from the sculpture garden at the museum. We are not open to the public yet, but we just wanted to be here to kind of enjoy the beauty that is here and remind everybody that we will be open again. All right. Let's do one that's coming right at me. Little stem. And I'm seeing you come down just a little bit. Can you come at me? I'm adjusting it to the way I want it to look, y'all. Okay, let's see. Seeing it opening up. Can y'all see what I'm drawing there? I think you can. Turn it just a little bit. Coming up, it's pointed because I'm seeing a lot of this petal. So notice that when things are coming at you, when they are closer to you, they're going to be bigger, right? And as they go farther away, they get smaller. So this part of the petal that is facing me looks bigger. And as it goes away, the petal gets smaller. If I actually look at the petal in real life, it may get a little more narrow, but it's not actually like shrinking. It's not getting smaller. So again, that's just a trick that artists use, the idea of perspective. Closer, bigger, farther away, smaller. One, two. This guy. Just using lines, just some curves. Right now, my focus for accuracy is on making sure that I kind of get them placed in the right direction. But remember to kind of stay loose. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. There's another one. So this guy's coming directly at me a little bit. Let me fix this petal before I move on. And then the center one. One's curving up, coming down. Now I will say that since I'm doing this in a very soft lead pencil, so a very dark look to what I'm drawing, I'm going to have a really difficult time getting the stamen accurately colored, because they are actually a light purple, a light white, whitish purple. So when I'm coloring, I'm going to be focusing on the petals and the stems, and I'll kind of figure out how to play with the color on the stamen also. How is everybody doing? Several people have just joined. Let me know if you are following along and if you want me to discuss anything more, or if you can't see well, y'all tell me. Okay. All right, there's two. I'll do a couple of these cute little buds. Let's see. Got one coming out here, right next to you. So what we really see with this bud is coming directly at us is just an ovular shape at the top. And then somebody else coming out might have a little bit more shape to it. Or this one's coming this way. Come up here. So again, the way they are shaped, here I'll pull one off so you can see it well enough, I say. These are the little buds that haven't bloomed, and their shape is skinnier and then up a little wider. If you were holding like this, it's kind of like a teardrop shape. It really helps me to think of flowers, to break down the shapes and the lines in different ways, so that I'm not so hung up on it has to look just like this flower. Because if I let my brain kind of get confused, I'm able to see it better, if that makes sense. All right, I'll do one more flower, then we're going to go on to coloring so we don't run out of time. This guy, can you all still see that okay? Brandy has said, I think you touched on it before with counting, but when I attempt flowers, I find myself getting lost with the petals or repetition even when counting. I get that. And you know, we're all different, right, Brandy? And you make really beautiful art, and that magnolia that you brought to Art Talk the other night was gorgeous. So maybe don't get hung up on, just because I say something doesn't mean you have to do it. I'm just telling you what helps me, right? We're all different. We all make art our own way. We all see things differently, right? Can y'all see that one okay? I hope so. Okay. So this one is really lovely. Make sure you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, so this part right here, this petal is actually, so this flower's going away from us, and the petal is bending back towards us. And so it's like a little bit of a triangle right on top of it. I love that. The way that you can create the idea of something coming back at you just with simple lines is so neat to me. I love it so much. One more. All right. If we had, several hours, I would sit here and draw more. But what I'm going to do right now is start adding some color so we don't run out of time. Let me make sure that I've got the right time on my timer. I've got about 30 minutes before I need to stop. Y'all tell me if that's accurate. What time is it right now? Is it 10 o'clock or close to? Hello, Jerry Siegel. Thank you for joining. Happy to have you. I met you once in a outreach class that the museum did, where we took portraits of students and allowed them to take portraits of each other. And then we did an exhibition here at the museum. It was pretty cool. I love your photography. You're wonderful. Thank you, Whitney Gagnon, for letting me know it's 10. Perfect. I'm glad I'm on time, mostly. All right, let's add some color, y'all. Like I said, my drawing is done in a very soft lead pencil, so it's very dark, so y'all can see it at home, but that will make it probably muddy up a little bit when I'm trying to add color. Gretchen, since you've got your Prismacolors, I'm going to let you know I'm going to be using porcelain blue. I did some experimenting, y'all, to make sure I had the right colors for these, because you see them and you're automatically like, oh, they're a purplish blue, right? But when you try using like an actual like purple, it just doesn't look quite right. So this is the color that I settled on that looks the best. And the way I'm going to handle this, because they are so softly purple, so lovely, and some of them have a little bit more blue than they do purple also. So you just, and then again, you just have to look, right? What we're going to do is I'm going to actually color where I see some of the darker purple in like kind of like lines. So I'm going to start by doing that. So each petal kind of has a little line of purple down the middle. So I'm going to start with that. And then what I'm actually going to do, y'all, here, I'll get a little purple on the edges too, just a little. We are going to play a lot with a white today and kind of blending and softening up the purple, or the porcelain blue. So now I'm taking just regular white, and I'm going to go back here and color right into it. Oh, I love it already. And so what it does is it picks up that color. I think I've told y'all before, I kind of like to follow with my, whatever, if I'm painting, if I'm using color pencils, whatever I'm using, I like to follow the shape of the petal. So like down here where it's rounded, I'm going to kind of go in circles. And then where it's more direct and straight, I'll go in lines, drawing more in lines. Could use a little bit more of the bluish purple, so I'm going to add more in just a second. How's everybody doing? Whitney, how are you doing? Talk to me. And so now I'm going back with the same porcelain blue, and I'm just kind of picking some areas to make a little bit darker for the idea of implied depth. Right? We know that this part down here is going to be more on the inside. So I'm giving them just a little bit of a darker color in there. And then this particular one that I drew first, it does have some yellow pollen on it still, so I'm going to add a little bit of fun yellow. It's asking for the bumblebees to come visit. That's fun. How we doing? Hi, James. Is Flora watching too? Everybody say hi to James. Okay. Moving on to a bud, adding some color. Same thing, I'm not coloring the whole thing in yet. Just getting that porcelain blue on it. Then I'm going to take the white and pull it into the rest of it. Okay. Flora is mostly splashing in the pool. Oh good, she's swimming. That's great fun. I'm glad she's getting to do that. Okay. Tell her I love her and I'll see her in a little bit. All right. Oh, and I love you too. Let's see. So I'm using the porcelain blue to add a little bit of the structure that's there on the buds. Because they are actually different petals that are just still closed up, they have kind of like these indented angles in them. And so I want to give the feel for that with that original blue color, purplish blue. All right, get a few more done. Y'all, this is also really gonna pop when we add the green for the stems. I mean, I'm enjoying this. I'm loving the flowers right now, but I know that it's gonna like really sing when we add the green. Let's get one more of these done. Whitney, you said you were impressing yourself. Oh, honey, I can't wait to see it. I bet it's beautiful. I hope Whitney's not the only one impressed with themselves. I want everybody to be impressed with themselves. And remember that we always want to see what you create during Backyard Botanical Art. So please, please, please send your creations, your pictures of your creations. Email them to us at either pr@nmfa.org, or you can even send them on here on Instagram. Message them to us. We would love to see them. I would love to see them. All right, get my white. This one needs a little bit more of that porcelain blue for sure. So I will go back and add that. Let's see, you've got a lot more up here. So I'm very, very, very lightly touching the paper right now, okay? I don't want this to overpower the white that I've already blended, but I do want it to bring more purplish blue to the petal. The only time that I'm pressing my color pencil pretty hard is when I'm wanting to give that idea again of a darker value where it has depth. Y'all, I haven't done as good of a job today of watching who's here and who isn't, so I hope that I haven't missed anybody, and I'm sorry if I have. I'm very happy that you're all here watching. I love doing this with y'all, and I hope that it brings a little joy and beauty into your world, because it certainly does mine. All right, so some of these that are a little darker have more of like a purplish brown to them, so I'm actually gonna make them a little bit purple. That was it. And then, let's see if I can muddy it up a little bit. That's okay. That was just a pencil that fell out of my hand because I'm trying to hold like 45 pencils at one time. Let's see. Are y'all ready to add some green to the stem? Kind of make this pop a little more? I think I am. I'm gonna take a sip of coffee first. Hey, Principal Brock, how are you this morning? Thanks for joining. Are you drawing some flowers with us? That would make me so happy. All right. What I love, y'all, about the Agapanthus, aside from all the things that I've already said, is how true kind of yellowy green this is, how vibrant that green is. So I'm gonna use an apple green, which is a really fun kind of yellowish green that Prismacolor does. And then I'm probably gonna play with a little bit of a darker for my shadows. Let's see. There's a legit dark green, so I might use that. I'm glad y'all are enjoying it. I can't wait to see what y'all are making at home. Like I said, please send them to us, pr@mmfa.org, or you can message them to us right here on Instagram, direct message it. But if you send it, make sure you tell us, you know, make sure we know your actual name, because we would love to share them with everybody else too. Some of you have Instagram names that aren't your real name, Alice Novak. James Perry. Who else can I call out? All right, so that was just starting with a really soft drawing on of the apple green. And I'm actually gonna use a little bit of yellow and blend on top of it, just like I did the white to blend the porcelain blue, just to kind of make it a little creamier. I don't want it to be like boldly yellow. I just wanna blend some of the color together. So I'm just doing a really quick little, get some yellow on there. So y'all, the fun part for me, if you haven't noticed the many times that we've done this now, I really love to make sure my drawing is accurate, and then I like to kind of have a little bit more fun with the color. Let it be more vibrant maybe. I still like to keep perspective accurate, and so keeping like color value right, but just always keep in mind that you can still make it what you want, right? It's your own art. Have fun. Make what makes you happy. All right, there will be more going this way and going this way and going this way. They're everywhere. The funny thing is that this one is so much like a firework, which is my theme for the next botanical art is flowers and fireworks. But this is not what I'm doing. I'm doing it today. All right, dark green. Coming back in here, there's a lot of shadow happening because there are so many flowers. So I'm just gonna kind of come in, and I'm not covering up every stem. I'm just getting some darker green in there. Again, just to give a feel for there being implied depth and some shading, right? So this main stem is farther away from the sun than the flowers are that are coming out. So they are casting shadows on it. So this one right here is actually casting the shadow right here. You can't see that maybe from where you are, but I see it on the stem down here. I need to elongate it. That is so fun. All right. We have time to add more color. Let me make sure I'm not wrong. I feel like I've been talking forever, y'all. What time is it? All right, so I'm gonna go back to coloring. Some flowers, have some fun up here. Y'all see that one okay? So happy you're here. Say hello in the comments if you haven't, or if I haven't said hi to you. I would love to know you're here. And I also love to know what everybody's favorite flower is. So if you've never told me that before, please chime in the comments with your favorite flower. So beautiful out here, y'all. I'm in the sculpture garden at the museum today, if you've just joined us. 10:14. Thank you, Brandy McDermott. Just as a reminder, yeah, we're not open to the public yet. We are still following the health and safety guidelines as we should be. I was wearing a mask earlier when I entered the museum. when we reopen, y'all will be the first to know. Stay in touch through Instagram, through Facebook, through our website, Nmfa.org. We actually also have a Twitter account if any of the people watching Backyard Botanical do Twitter. We also have that. While I have y'all's ears, and I'm just kind of doing what I've already done on other flowers, I will also say that next weekend we have our live stream program called Local Artists Live. And the wonderful Milton Madison is going to be our featured artist next weekend. So that is here on Instagram again. And it's from 10 to 10:30. And the idea there is Milton will just talk about his art, show you some things he's been working on, maybe show you some finished work, show you around his studio space, and yeah, just show you who he is as an artist. That is the idea. So that's next weekend from 10 to 10:30 right here on Instagram again. All right, let me sit back a little bit. I am extra close today. And that is a really good tip, y'all, in case you don't know this. It is great to get, to move back every once in a while and look at your art because your eyes do get tired, especially if you're working outside like I am right now. And you can kind of almost start to go cross-eyed, right? So make sure that you take a break, step back, look at the big picture. And that's also a really great way to know if there's anything that you want to change, if there are any adjustments you want to make. So I'm going to do that after I add a little bit of color right here. And then I'm going to look for a second. All right. That is a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying it. I hope if you've been drawing along at home, you've been enjoying it also. I'm actually really impressed with our time because I spent some time at the beginning of this class showing y'all around the sculpture garden, showing you some installations that happened or were set in, set up, you pick your words. Right before we went into quarantine. And so the greater public hasn't really gotten to see them in person yet. And that was the Patrick Doherty sculpture and a Jamie Grimes installation that are both just phenomenal. And you're going to want to see them in person. So hang in there. We will reopen again. We are looking forward to it. Just stay in touch with us through social media or our website. And we will be back, and we want you back. All right. I'm softening up these guys a little bit, giving them a little blend. I got a little wild with my dark green. So if you want to make something lighter, add a little bit of white to it. If you want to make something darker, if you're mixing paints, I would say you want to do, you can add a little black to make a shade. If I lost you, I think I did for a moment. I said that I like to use a neutral. No, I like to use a complement to neutralize. So like purple, it would be yellow because they're opposite each other on the color wheel. So like these that I did purple, I'm going to go back with a little bit of yellow on them. Give them a little bit more of a brownish color. Because that's the cool thing about Prismacolors, right? They blend. They're so smooth and fun. All right. I have enough time to do another flower. This is exciting. Get my pencil back out. I would love to hear from y'all. Tell me how you're doing. What's going on? How are your flowers? Or whatever you're drawing. Oops. There we go. Go back like this so you can see it. There we are. Let's see. Let's do this guy right here. Oh no, let's do you. You're kind of closed up. That's fun. Okay. So this one is a bud that is just starting to open. So it's somewhere in between this guy and this guy. It still has the form of this, but you're seeing more of the petals. That's what I'm working on next. Erin, what are you answering about? I appreciate y'all's sweet compliments. I'm glad you're happy and having a good time. I wish that they would make some sort of tool for doing these kind of live streams where when a comment is typed in, Siri then says it out loud. Wouldn't that be cool, y'all? Oh, what you're working on. Okay, Erin. I can't wait to see that. You'll send me a picture later, right? Okay. Well, this is going to go off the page, but I'll get it started. This is the one that I was talking about that's going to be still kind of closed up, even though it's going off the page. That's the shape that it has. Right. Adding our color like we did earlier. I'm using a porcelain blue. And I'm not coloring the whole petal. I'm just kind of giving that middle stripe and then kind of the edges. And I'm going to use white to blend it into the rest of the petals. The cicadas are saying hello. Good morning. Surprised it's taken them this long. Oh, now they shut up. They're embarrassed. Don't be shy, y'all. That is fun. All right. Let's do, I think I'm going to actually move this a little bit so I can draw more on the paper. I'm going to do one now going in this direction. Still slightly away from us, but not entirely. Her back is not completely to us, okay? All right. Do you. So I have the luck of choosing which flower I'm doing since there are so many blooms on here and I don't necessarily have the time to do them all. So what I'm really seeing first again is this petal that is turning up towards us. So there's that nice little triangle where the petal has a flip. Now again, this petal is farther away and it's going away from us. So I'm not going to be drawing it quite as large as I did these that are right up in my face, right? So the idea with a good perspective trick in art is something that's closer to you is going to look bigger and something that's farther away is going to look a little smaller. Or in this case, it's just slightly farther away, so it's slightly smaller. But it still rings true. Who did I miss? 1, 2, up, I missed one right here. There we go. And then you guys are coming out here and twisting up. Add our color. How's everybody doing? using the white to kind of blend that out. Get that softer bluish purple look that these petals have. Trying to hopefully not pick up too much of that pencil lead from my B, my 3B, but that's okay. This is just for fun, so we can have some time together outside, right? Little purple here, and a little bit of yellow there. And that is fun for me. I like that. I hope everybody has had fun at home too. I'm going to keep going. But again, I just want to say before our time is up, thank you for being here today. Thank you for the comments. We miss you at the museum. We hope to have you back when we reopen, hopefully sometime next month. But again, we will keep you updated on our website, mmfa.org, and through Facebook and through here on Instagram. We are currently still closed to the public because we are trying to do our part to keep everybody safe and healthy. The next class we have, or the next live stream, next weekend will be Local Artist Live, and that's with Milton, Madison from 10 to 10:30 here on Instagram. And then I believe we have another live stream Wednesday afternoon on Facebook. Stephen, if you want to chime in the comments to make sure I get the time right, I think it's at 5:30. Is that Creative Conversations? So if you have Facebook also, y'all, you are please tune in there. We've got stuff going on everywhere. That is a discussion about personal to political, an exhibition that we have up that obviously nobody can see right now. I think that conversation is with Lava Thomas and Radcliffe Bailey. Waiting for Stephen or Alice to chime in to make sure I'm right. Don't want to give misinformation. Just using this to kind of darken up the inside of that flower tube in there, give that implied depth. All right, I'm hot, y'all. It is definitely summer in Alabama. Happy first day of summer. It feels like it outside. I've got my coffee, but I kind of wish that I had brought some water also. I know that when we started this class, doing it as a live stream, it seemed like 9:30 was too early, but I did it with intent because I knew that when it got hot outside, we weren't going to want to be coloring outside when it was like, sweltering. So that was the goal. I do have foresight sometimes. All right. Next, Backyard Botanical is going to be on July 4th. Our theme is flowers and fireworks. Tune in for whatever fun that is. No, I will not be actually shooting off fireworks, but I will be doing something fun. We're going to be painting.